We good. Hello, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing well. I just want to give a shout out to you for coming on my show today. And also, I gotta let you know that I'm from Long Island. So we are
Oh, really?
fellow. Yeah, I live in Long Island actually right now. So,
What part?
Brentwood, Suffolk.
I used to live out there. I used to live in Central Iceland. I actually went to junior high school out there, Ralph G. Reed Junior High School. So yeah, Brentwood. That's where my dad. Those were his stomping grounds. So it's up out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it is. I'm so glad to have you on the show. We're fellow Long Island. I know you've been around so much. I mean, your dad, he was in the military, so you had
Yeah,
to travel, you had to be around. I mean, you was across the country and stuff
yeah,
like that. So I'm glad, to have you on the show to represent for Long Island. Let's talk about wow. It's been almost 20 years since your debut album. I mean, we're
yeah.
celebrating 20 years. You've been in the game since 99. You guys signed in 99, correct?
Yes,
Yes. So you guys signed in 99 and it has been a journey for you.
yeah,
So, and definitely you've transformed into this. You had a life. You had a life, girl.
yeah.
But let's talk about, getting started. I mean, you was only 4 years old in the church. Tell me about your experience.
Well, the church I grew up in was actually on Long Island. It was in Roosevelt. So I was a little girl from Long Island. Thinking back when it all started, I had big dreams, singing songs, leading adult songs in the choir at the age of 4. My aunt Sheila was the choir director. So it was just like, that's where I really, really, really got my start. And then the rest has been history. I used to go around and lead solos, do open mics. And then when we moved away, with my dad being in the military, one of the last places that we ended up in before we came to Maryland was in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I used to travel from Fayetteville all the way to Charlotte every weekend to tour with my uncle John P. Key. He also did gospel. So that's how I got my touring experience. So moving around the world, touring and stuff. I literally been running since I was 15, but got my start at the age of 5, and it's just been up ever since. Got signed when I was still, I don't even think I was 20 yet, if I had even turned 20. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
I just been on go.
that's what I was saying. I'm like, she's been in the game since 98. She just, you was,
Yeah,
recording also 90, but you got signed in 99. So
yeah,
you got started at the age of 20. And
yeah.
you were giving us bangers. I mean, I was younger. I was like in first, second grade, but I was still
Yeah.
listening,
Ha!
listening to your music. I grew
Listen
up
to
on a
grown
little
folk song. But that's honestly how I was. I grew up in church, so of course I would listen to the Clark sisters, Yolanda
bit.
Adams, my uncle John P. Key, and stuff like that. But once I got a glimpse of the secular music, which they used to call it, now it's called R&B, I would be listening to like everyone from Whitney Houston, Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker. Like those were my idols coming up. So it's been a journey, and I'm so glad that I've got a chance to meet all of my idols at some point in my career. So I basically spoke it into existence when I was a youngin', in like the first grade, kindergarten, stuff like that. So who knew? So manifestation has started for me early.
Yes, manifestation definitely started from you early. You're very intuitive about
Yeah,
everything that you have done in your career thus far,
yeah,
and now I know we're entering into a digital age. But
yeah,
being at the age of 20, being signed, you worked with Missy Elliott, you worked with Fab, you worked with Ja Rule, you worked with so many people, so many producers, and you're also a songwriter. So you've been in those um, big places. And I know it's
yeah.
different nowadays because now we have streaming. And I know you've also said, you have big hits. You think that your hits in the streaming age would have been diamond?
Heck to the yeah. Because the streaming, like the reason why I love this era and this age is because when back in the day, if you had a CD or a cassette in the store and they couldn't find it, you couldn't guarantee that people would come back. Now, all you have to do is click a link from your phone and it's available. Sometimes it sells out so fast you could break the internet, but people will always come back to their phone because it takes little to very little effort to just log in. Boom. All you have to do is be a subscriber of Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, something like that. And when the new music comes up, it's literally at the tip of your thumb. You don't have to drive anywhere. All you got to do is be in some Wi-Fi and have a subscription, and it's up. So I know that they were trying to do stuff like that back, like when I first started. We had stuff like
Napster.
Yeah, Napster, but they was like, oh, they were stealing the artists' songs and stuff like that. And we had YouTube. So now that we have so many digital and streaming platforms, it's easier for artists to go diamond. Like, I don't even know if diamond still exists, because I'll look at people's YouTube streams and they're like up to 100 million. And I'm like, that's crazy. If we had that back then, oh my God.
Girl, I feel you on that. I know,
Maybe I
like,
would have been on the rocket ship. Hello?
yeah, because I know Cardi B she just went diamond on her song Bodak Yellow.
Yeah.
And nowadays, a lot is counting towards Billboard. So we have YouTube's counting towards Billboard. We have streaming counting towards Billboard. Now they're thinking about TikTok counting towards Billboard.
Yeah.
So it's a different age now. So
I
we're living in a different. I love it too.
And I could, before you would have to, like, this is some, like, for if there's anyone in the comments that's aspiring to be an artist, if you have music, there is no reason why you shouldn't be able to push it, to market it, to promote it on your own. I mean, I know people like, oh, well, you got to have this good. That's an excuse. Like, there are so many platforms. Instagram, Facebook alone, all you have to do is just promote it. Like, you can literally pay $30, $40, or whatever your budget is per day, and they'll push it out to platforms. The Explore page is the best thing invented. And there are so many avenues that you can go. And the fact that streaming, like, it's like the barcode, so you can have that and you can keep track of it yourself, keep track of your analytics and stuff like that. We did not have that. So literally, it's such a blessing. Now, I could do a song tonight, get it mixed, and put it up and put it out. You don't have to wait, do a 6 weeks lead time and waiting for this and waiting for interviews to come through. Now you could send me a message, send my manager a message, be like, can I get more? What time? Let's go.
And that right there is a blessing, because I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm having, in Long Island, people know that you're from Long Island, that hit me up like, yo, you about to get LIL MO from Long Island, you from Long Island, y'all linking up. I'm like, yeah, this is amazing, because we grew up on you. You're definitely a legend.
Thank you.
When it comes down to even collabs back then, the rap and singing collabs were so, it was a time. So like I said, we had you and your bro Fab, we had you and Ja, we had then we had J Lo and Ja. We had so many that Ashanti was out then. It was so many rap singing.
It was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Yeah, it was, and that's why you were nominated as well for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's and that's definitely amazing. So for you to even come from that age and then still progress and grow, because you have not stopped. So you've been on the ground and on your feet for over 20 years. Not even just in the music. We're talking about reality TV. We're talking about R&B divas. We're talking about Love and Hip Hop, New York. So you've been, even you had your radio show not even a couple of years ago. So you've been dipping
outside.
in depth.
I've been outside. Hello.
Mo's been outside for a very long time, keeping yourself relevant. Even going through tough times, you still kept yourself relevant, and where your fans and everybody that supports you have been there for you for your times and everything, like everything that's been going on. So tell me more about back in the day, in the early 2000s, 1999, 2000s, 2004 or 5. Was it a time when you got signed? How did you feel? Was it like 360 deals going on? Did you make a good decision? Do you have your masters? Talk to me a little bit about that.
I think 360s may have came out after I got signed, but they were around. People were signing to like management, label, touring deals. So it's not uncommon. And actually a 360 deal is not bad for an artist, because it keeps everything in-house. Now, when you don't keep a track on the expenses that are going out, that's when it becomes a problem. So if you see a new artist and you're like, wait a minute, they don't have any records out, but they have a Bentley, like, well, maybe they're a trust fund baby, or I'm not here to count nobody's money. 360 deals were actually just to keep the touring in-house. So I would think the first people to do those will be like a Def Jam, because they had it on lock. They had the tours and everything. So you didn't have to outsource or get with a touring company. The label did it for you. They did the marketing. They did the promo. They put you on the bus. They made sure everything was squared away. So all you had to do as an artist, honestly, was get up and get out there and work the record. I don't know. I wasn't ever in a 360. I actually was in production deals, or I would sign myself to my production company and then sign through I never signed directly to the label, because it's almost like having an LLC. You just keep that line between you and the label, you just keep that open. So if you ever just, want to fall back or something, they won't hold you liable, or if anything happens, they could just go against the company. They don't have to personally go against you. And that's a game that I wish a lot of artists knew. So a lot of artists will sign a 360 and not know what they're actually signing to. So you can sign yourself to yourself and then sign to a label and get consultants and stuff and keep all the money in-house. But the label I'm signed with now is the Faculty Music Group. So the way that's set up, it is a management company. It is a touring company. It is like, it handles everything, marketing, promotion, everything for me. So that's just the way we have it structured. Because I know the business and I know the game, I know the type of business I want to handle. So when labels wasn't, offering me deals, or we would talk to them, they'd be like, well, you got to sign this. I'm like, dang, like, I just got out of my electric contract, even though they've been closed for years. It's just like, why would I sign over all my rights and everything for nothing? So you always, play your cards right and play the best hand. So I know the situation I'm in now. This is honestly one of the situations that I've honestly wanted my whole career. But you live and you learn.
Exactly. You're definitely independent now. And this is a route that you wanted to take for quite some time now. Shout out to Wu, by the way. And I'm glad that you find yourself independent, because you can kind of be free. You are the transition. I don't think you really, I mean, I've seen multiple interviews that you've done, but the transition from the woman you were before to the woman you are today, very transparent. You can definitely see. So how do you feel now? I know you're happy now. You're not in a relationship. You're chilling. Your kids are good. So just tell me the breakthrough. Tell me the breakthrough.
The glow first comes within, and that's when the world will see it. I literally had to change everything around me, from the purses. I mean, the people I was around, the places that I was going, and the things that I was doing. So once you're willing to do that first in your mind and then act on it, that's when you'll see a change. With this generation, with the social media age, you can't pull the wool over people's eyes. They'll know the truth. They'll pull up your old tweets. They'll pull up everything that you've done before. So even though you think it don't exist, they'll find it. Someone has someone's tea. So what better than for me to clear my own air and for clarity?
I know, and you've done that. You've just done that.
Like, if I've done anything in the past when I was young, dumb, running around being weird and wild, but still singing songs that I was supposed to empower people with, then I'm woman enough to say, I apologize for that. I was going through things, and then I'll break down what I was going through. A lot of people are blaming on things, but won't take accountability for accepting the things that they were doing. Like, I've always learned, as long as your life, limb, or property aren't in danger, then it's nobody's fault but your own. Unless you're incapacitated, or unless you have somebody that literally basically controls your whole estate, then there's no excuse for you to continue on with the bad habits. So I had to change all that, or it wouldn't have made any type of sense for me to come back. Basically, I'm starting off as a new artist. So people remember me for my classics, and I'm not going to say that they forgot anything that I've done. But I want people to really get into the new music, the new me, the new mission, the new movement, the new go. It's all about empowerment. And honestly, people will be attracted to you when you're giving off a light. I'm not saying I'm all deep and spooky and higher than anybody, because at the end of the day, I've been through some shit, so I'm still with the shits. Like, I don't want people to get it twisted, like, oh my God, she's so apologetic, now she's this. I apologize for anything I've done wrong. Not for anybody else. Now we're going to move forward. So you got to just draw the line when you get to that crossroad, good, or the crossroad where you have the choice to do good or bad. You just got to keep it going. So I made the decision, my team and I, we made the decision to do the right thing from here on out. Put out some good music, sing, sit your ass down and go home.
Yep, and that's exactly what you've
You
been
don't have
doing.
to be the last one hanging around. You don't have to be straggling. Like, you don't have to lose your mystique as an artist. Once I realized who I was and what people loved and respected me for, I said I want that feeling back, because I came from a great family, but honestly, I came from, like, literally, I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth. So I had to grind and bust my ass and work for 20 years for everything that I wanted and that I had. So I'm not going to risk that and put anything in the hands of somebody that I know would make me lose it all. It's so easy to get canceled or lose it all within a blink of an eye. So I don't want to lose no more. I've never been comfortable at the bottom, so it's time to go up. That's why every time somebody says something, I'll be like, it's up. It's up. That's all from here on out. It's up.
It's up and it's stuck. That's it.
Period.
Literally, that's it. And I'm glad that you definitely found your breakthrough. I'm glad that you are owning up to everything that has gone, went wrong in the past. I mean, I've saw a lot of, blogs love to talk. I've seen things, happen this week, things you previously said. It can come up. Things can come. These things can definitely come up, and then you have to own it and speak about it. But we're turning a new leaf. So you just came out with the song Broken Heart. You recorded it on your birthday. And you just you released it on your daughter's 16th birthday. And a lot of people don't know that. But you did. I think you releasing it on her birthday. It all made sense for you to do something like that. So tell me, that is, you said, one of your favorite songs that you have recorded.
Yes.
And we're talking about over the hits that we still bumping 20 years later.
Yeah.
This is one of your favorite songs that you recorded. Why does this song Broken Heart mean so much to you?
Because I think it came from a pure place, and it came from a place of me just wanting to be truthful and free from everything I felt was holding me back. People see the word broken heart and they automatically think, oh my God, what did she go through? Da, 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 da. I don't want people to get any type of inkling or notion that this is a sad girl anthem. Honestly, broken heart is the segue to savage heart. When you've had your heart broken so many times, you honestly become a savage. You become a new animal. I've become a new woman. I realized I've made mistakes, and I've sang songs of empowerment, from Superwoman. I've sang songs and some of the biggest songs at weddings forever. But I realized none of my stuff wasn't adding up. So even though they resonated well with the fans, I was still feeling and leaving empty. And I'm not cool with that. I love when I sing and I get my point across. So Broken Heart came at a place and a time when the world was shut down. Like, and even though the song was written before then, but getting in the actual studio to record it, because like nobody could make a move. But leading up to it, we saw what happened. Everybody saw what was going on in my life. It was pretty much playing out on the blogs and social media. And it can make you embarrassed, but I'm not ashamed because I take accountability. I'm like, it happened. We've been there. We've done that. Over it. It's up. I saw what happened to Vanessa Bryant and how she spoke out about losing her husband and her daughter and those people on the helicopter that day. So even though I'm going through something, someone of a higher, status, life was taken away. And now his wife is left with a broken heart. And she even said to God, like, she even said she can't forgive God for that. And I've been there. So sometimes we relate through our pain, but we still got to push through and level up through it. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay down but so long. You can't tell people when to heal or how they should, go and deal with it. Me, I used to lash out at people. I know the things that I've done. And I said, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be the hurt person that hurts people. So with my broken heart, I'm going to use it to empower me to move forward, to level up, to show women that, okay, we all have been in raggedy relationships. Even though mine's played out for the world, we ain't doing that no more. I've learned my lesson. But where do you go? But I've learned to love myself so much more, so that I realized the place that I went to fix my broken heart, I found love within myself. So I can pick up them pieces, be like, okay, Mo, you still could sing, put out an album. Mo, you still got talk game, do these interviews. Mo, you still snatch, you look good, you give a glow, put that face on the tube. You feel me?
Yes.
So I can cover all forms and sides of entertainment, but at the end of the day, my singing voice is what heals. And that's the mission we on for right now.
Yeah, and it's here and it's still here. You just did a Femme tour right before
Femme Ford, the
Femme
world shut
tour,
down.
yes.
Literally was in LA.
You were ready to go.
We was on go. On go.
And it just, and, you know, it shut down, but let's be honest here. I feel like you definitely needed this pandemic, needed to be home with your kids. I mean, I know it's been a lot because you guys wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They doing hybrid. They are. It is. You know, you're still doing these interviews. You're still showing up for us. You're still trying to put together your album, which has a few features on it. And you are, you know, you're still doing the thing, but I think the pandemic has definitely molded you and shaped you in ways you probably wouldn't have ever seen because you'd have been so busy doing other things outside, doing this tours, doing this, doing that, running around, just being
not getting
busy.
proper rest, and just it needed to happen. When you run for 20 years straight, and even the downtimes that I have taken, and you know, in between stuff, it was just like, this was the first time in my life that I've sat down for a whole year. And at first, anxiety, and everybody had to deal with it. And so many things set in because no one knew what was going to happen. No one knew what was going on. But that's when, honestly, I found myself in that, because I was just like, you're running and you're chasing a bag, but you're running from something. And I knew what it was. I had to face my reality. I had to get myself together. And I'm glad that I've been afforded this chance to show the world, like, you know, how people be rehabilitated or a changed person. I get to show that, and people know it's real. Some people be acting like they changed, and you like, nope. They told, I spoke to the lady. No, I spoke to God, and I went and tapped in to my heart and was just like, all right, now it's time to tell the world the truth. So we have the Savage Heart album coming, but we have Broken Heart that's out right now. That's on every streaming platform, like all of them. So like, I can't find it on, yes you can, because we checked. It's on every streaming platform. Like, there's no excuse for people not to have it. It's even on my page. Hello?
Yes. It's on your page. It's actually on my page right now. It's on YouTube. You've been, you know, promoting it heavy. And because I think you really want people to see this side of you. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, it's nothing to be like, okay, guys, look what I did, look what I have done. But it's more of the fact that you're proving it in a, I don't know the word to use, but in a melody way as well, especially like in your music, your growth. Like you said, you look good, snatched. Your makeup, you learned how to do your makeup now?
Yes, I did. During this pandemic, we've just been practicing and watching YouTube videos, and on the Explore page, I was just like, you got to learn, because before I could just call, can you come do my makeup? I got this. But that accessibility, it's not the same anymore. Like, everybody can't just run around like that. It's still a pandemic going on, even though they opening up stuff a little bit. But I realized a lot of times I was paying people, it seemed to be my friend or to be around. No, sometimes you got to pick up a trade and learn something for yourself. So I've learned a lot. I done learned how to cut hair. I done learned so much stuff. I've been cooking all while. Like, it was so many things that I did before, but I really tapped in and I owned it. And I'm just like, yo, like, I'm so happy that I got to do all of this. Like, I really got a chance to be me, because I missed that. I had missed my family. It was so many things that go on in the world. You forgot me. I forgot how good I had it at home with my children. And, you know, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm ready to get back on the road, but I'm just like, yo, like, just to be around in the midst and just to, with my children especially.
Exactly.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
This was the moment in time in the year that you needed to connect spiritually and connect with your children and to even see their growth, because artists that are on the road all the time do not really see their children grow
at all.
So for you to have that opportunity to do that for your children and to see them grow into becoming grown. I don't know the ages of your children. What's the
it's 5 of them, so I just be like, it's one in college and one in kindergarten and some in between. Hello. Like, one is in high school, one is in junior high, and 2 in elementary. So my hands are full, but I'm still making time to make sure that they have a great life. And before that they have a great mother, because it's real out here. We see what's going on, and I just want to be sure that I've done all I can do for myself, for my children, and then I'll give back the pieces that I done picked up, because I still have so much more music in me to give. So it doesn't stop here. But like Broken Heart is available. So we got some heat coming. I'm not going to hold you. Like, we got some heat coming, and I'm excited for this journey, because now that I get to be hands-on and more involved than ever before, this is really where I've always wanted to be.
And I see the happiness in your tone and in how you're talking to different people, and you can just see that, because there was times where it's like, oh my God, is Lil Mo okay? Like, I hope she's gonna be okay. And there's people that reach out to you. There's people that, you know, the blogs were crazy, and it, you know, even being on reality TV was a lot for your heart, and a lot. It was just a lot going on, you know, for your soul. But I feel like for once, now you're actually happy. You actually have this breakthrough, and this is why you're pushing yourself to be the woman. You transitioned. Like, you're this superwoman now. Like, you definitely you always been, but it just showed, because it was a lot, you know, going on. And I would hate to dive in and get into that, because we are in a new chapter of your life. We're in a new leaf of your life. We're witnessing a walking testimony right now.
Pretty much. For like, that's the best way it could be said. Like, you have to go, like, there's nobody in this industry that can say, oh, I ain't never been through something. And I'm like, I don't know what music industry you in, because I just saw a comment that said there are a lot of people in the industry walking around with broken hearts. And that's the truth. The sad part is there are a lot of people in the industry that won't admit it. I'll say that I'm not afraid to admit it, but I'm also not afraid to say I'm coming out of, you know, all of the foolishness and stuff. It's time out for that. Handle my business and take my ass home.
Yep, and that's what you've been doing, and that's what you're gonna do going forward. And I'm so proud of you. You know, your growth. 20 years, like, you 20 years plus, and like, wow. Like, a lot of people don't, especially R&B. Don't make it this far. You have to adjust to the digital age. You have to adjust to social media. You have
to fraternize and welcome the new generation in. So many people, I don't like that. It's just like, well, if it's not for you, then why did you even say anything? You know, you have to take Missy, look back and pull me in. It behooves me as an artist too, to see who's up and coming and be like, you know, just, you know, like, I see you doing your thing. That's all it takes. It don't cost no money to give somebody a kind word. That honestly how you get your blessings, by being kind, not being cap or being weird, but kindness and integrity takes you a long way.
It does. It definitely does. You know, and I've done, you know, interviews with a bunch of, you know, celebrities, especially from the 2000s, giving them the flowers when I can. You know, I grew up on you guys. I grew up on the Bobby V's, the Jay Holidays, the Twisted. I had them all on T Talk, and just to hear you guys even talk about the early 2000s and how everything has transitioned, and you have to get used to the digital age, and you know, it's crazy, because a lot of people be streaming you monthly. Like, I have Spotify, so we've been streaming you so much. You know, you have Apple Music; they've been streaming you so much monthly, and I'm so glad that
so glad everything's on digital platforms, because for years my old music wasn't. So they just added it of October of 2020.
I heard about that.
So everybody can go back and get my first 2 albums, and they can get Broken Heart while they at it, because with the classics, now we got the new music, and we're gonna keep on pushing, because music. One thing about me is I love doing timeless music. So you're going to hear Broken Heart for another 20 years. That's one thing about me, is I'm not going to put out something that's just nice for now or cute for the summer. One thing, when I made it my business to make sure whatever we do lasts. If it ain't going to last, it ain't going to even make the cutting board no more.
And you know what timeless music is.
Yes.
You've been there. You've done that. You know, and that's why Broken Heart it really, I was like, wow, because I know that you recorded about 100 back vocals on it, mastered it a few times. Like, I was like, whoa, she did a lot. She did a lot for this
We used to
song.
do so much back in the day, and I'm so glad we don't have to do that no more. You got to start it from the beginning so it gets that feel. Nope, we're gonna sing this, and we're gonna sing it from our heart because we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for realness. So even though I want it to sound good, I want it to feel better.
And that you definitely accomplished when it came down to the song. Even I love you can like dance to it a little bit. That, and I love that. I love the instrumental of the beat, the production, even the video that you sent me. It really is like, wow, we're getting Little Mo in a different light. We're really, you know, and your new album coming out. Is it coming out this year?
Yes, it'll be out this year. We got, like, everything's gonna be a build up, so it's not gonna be like put the song out today and then the album come out 2 years later. I would just say, we always say, if it be God's will, because as much as I wish the world would be open up so we could run around, the album is scheduled for this year. The only thing that there's nothing that's gonna stop it. That's it. It's coming out.
We want the album. We
yes.
Right, guys. We want the album this year. We want to feel that feeling. I'm so glad that R&B has transpired into. I know you listen to, you know, a lot of R&B girls. You know, Jasmine Sullivan. You listen to her. You know, you definitely dipped and dabbed with them. You know, their music and stuff like that. I would love to see a woman collab with you on your album. I don't know if this is true, but do you have Wiz Khalifa on your new album?
We got a banger.
You probably does Miss T Talk know that. Yeah.
Yep.
I heard that he hasn't came out with something in a while. So to get that.
And he showed love. Like, that's why I'm just like, one thing about me is I'll say who I want to work with, and they show the love, and then we just level up from there. And the postman don't knock twice. I only ask once, and we keep it moving, because, you know, I know one thing, I didn't want to do a lot of collabs only because, you know, when you do collabs, it's hard to perform that song in front of the world with the artist that you collaborated with. And people love, you know, when me and Fab do our songs together, when he comes out his part, the crowd goes crazy. But just like when Outside opens back up, like, I really hope that I really get to perform the songs that I've done with people and the songs that are for Savage Heart, because I want people to get the full effect. Like, people are falling in love with music again, because there was a time when people was just like, you know, oh, everything just sounds the same. And I'm just like, no, it don't. You just stuck on one station. You have to, sometimes you got to turn the knob and see what else is hitting for, you know? And that's what we did. So this is not going to be a one sounding album. You are going to get a vibe. You're going to be lit. You're going to cry. You're going to twerk. You're going to get your hair braided to some of the songs. You're going to take some of your braids out to some of the songs. We ain't playing. This go and this glow is personal. So that's why I want to encourage everybody, like, and thank you so much, like, for all the support for over the years, because I know a lot of people grew up to my music. So now I want this generation that was like, my mama used to listen to you. Okay, well, now you about to listen to me, because I want you to grow up to my music and get into it. And then their children's children. Like, I just want it to be up from here on out.
You want your music to be generational. You want your music to be played for years and years and years. Because I still listen to your music, and I was only 5, 6 when it came out. I would just listen to you all week, and I'm like, I'm going to interview Little Mo. I'm so excited. Driving, like,
yo, that's crazy.
I'm like,
that's
I got
dope,
one in the bag. I'm like, I got one in the bag.
That's dope.
You know, because I've been doing this for quite some time. So just to even be like talking to you and interviewing you and having a good time and smiling and seeing you happy just really makes me like, I'm doing something. Like, you know,
that's dope though.
It makes me happy. Thank you. And wow, so we have Broken Heart is out right now, so you guys can go stream that ASAP.
Everywhere.
Even streaming services you didn't even know about. It's out.
Yeah.
It's there.
For real.
And then we have Savage Heart coming out. Hopefully, you know, it's gonna come out this year.
In a couple months, because we're gonna drop some more singles. I got some more things we gonna put out, but we're gonna let because we're coming out of the pandemic and things are like slowly but surely opening up, I just want people to feel a certain way. Just be like, yeah, like we all went through something, whether it was good, bad. Some people lost a lot. Some people may have gained more, you know, after the pandemic. Whatever it is, I want to be that go to, be like, I gotta listen to some more today, because I just want people to feel a way when my songs come on, especially now. Just be like, yeah, I need this to get through my day. You got Starbucks, you got your broken heart, and you could go on and be merry.
Yeah, yeah.